Point North community is a lovely, quiet place to live. But I wonder how many folks living here realize and understand the historical significance of this land and what it was actually like at the dawn of the Industrial Revolution. Well, today we explore the long defunct site that was once a very productive iron ore mine. These days, the acreage is used as a passive recreation area, surrounded by suburban residential development.
In 1840, Henry Getz of Hanover Township, Northampton County, was one farmer among many in the Lehigh Valley. But that was before David Thomas built his Lehigh Crane Iron Works near Beary's Bridge, now Catasauqua. As Getz celebrated his 4th of July holiday that year, he might have heard how the ironmaker's furnace had successfully used anthracite coal as a fuel. But Getz could not know that Thomas's furnace was about to change his life, and the lives of many in the Lehigh Valley, forever. By the spring of 1841, the Lehigh Valley's iron rush was on. The metal became the key to unlocking the secrets of Midas's golden touch. Overnight, farmers discovered the fields they had plowed for years were rich ore beds. The effect was electric. Agents for iron furnaces were pouring into the countryside. One who did well by the iron frenzy was Henry Getz. His 16-acre property attracted the attention of the Lehigh Crane Iron Works. Starting in 1841, the Getz mine grew rapidly into one of the largest open-pit mining operations in the county. No one thought about the environment or scientific mining. The easy-to-get-at ore at the surface was ripped from the soil. The real problem was transportation. The ore was brought up from the pit on mule or horse-drawn carts. It was put in larger horse-drawn wagons that took it to the iron furnace. It seemed at one time as if almost everybody who owned a tract of land was seized with mining fever. Most of the mines were widely scattered about the valley, and ore hauling required a long trip. In those days, rural roads were dirt tracks in dry weather and muddy expanses in wet weather. The ore wagons created huge ruts. Their heavy loads often collapsed wooden bridges. During the rainy season, the ore roads became impassable. The Getz mine was a major source of the iron ore traffic. In 1845 it had its best year, sending 4,941 tons to the Crane Iron Works. As the nation fought the Civil War in the 1860s and went on to a railroad building boom in the 1870s, the Getz mine poured out iron ore. But clearly the mining operation was slowing down. By 1870 the annual production had dropped to 250 tons. Then in 1873 the railroad building boom collapsed. A shudder ran through the Lehigh Valley. Mines closed and iron furnaces went cold as the region's economy came to a halt. An inspection of the Getz mine by the state geologist in 1875 found it full of water with only a little ore being removed. By 1877, it had all but ceased operation.
In 1888, the Getz mine officially closed. That was the same year that Henry Getz died. Over the years of its existence, it had produced almost 100,000 tons of iron ore. Except for the Bethlehem Iron Company, which had used the resources of its parent Lehigh Valley Railroad to convert to steel making, the metals industry in the Lehigh Valley was never to recover. Most had moved west to Pittsburgh. Local iron furnaces tied to the outdated technology faded one by one. By the start of the 20th century, parts of many local iron furnaces were being sold for scrap. Like most mines in the Lehigh Valley, the Getz site was largely abandoned. In the late 1930s, some of the clay in the mine was being excavated by the Penn-Dixie No. 4 cement plant for use in making special high iron cement. But that operation quickly ceased. Today, residents and visitors can observe wildlife and walk or jog along one half-mile footpath that runs around the circumference of this now abandoned 16-acre mine. Along the path are several overlooks with benches, and there's an adjoining picnic area. A kiosk holds many photos and information about the history of this mine.